Hey team, Coach Alexa here. Quite a lot of people struggling a little bit at the moment with the weather and the daylight hours and the grey skies and the fact that it's January still and everything can feel a little bit flat. There are lots of people out there who have seasonal affective disorder where this kind of thing really impacts them. But I think all of us are somewhere kind of on that spectrum of noticing a little bit of an impact. Be it, busy January with work, coming up to the end of the tax year or financial year. It might be, just kind of getting back into things still after Christmas. Just kind of heading into the next year, kind of going whew, a little bit. So I'm going to start off with a little reminder about the fact that the NHS now recommends that all of us in the UK take vitamin D supplements throughout the kind of darkest, winteriest months of the year. So that's from the beginning of October through to about the end of March. We just don't get enough vitamin D with the daylight hours and the kind of cloudier skies at this time of year, and when we are out we're normally covered up a little bit more, so not much of our skin can absorb it. So that will really help with energy levels often if you're not doing that already. And then I'd also, kind of use an example, my morning dog walk this morning. It was absolutely piddling it down with rain. I had to go out because the dog always wants to go out. She loves the rain and the puddles, which is a bit of an inspiration on days like this. It was my only slot to go out, so I had to head out. And you know what? While I was a little bit like, oh, for goodness sake, beforehand, once I got out and going, it was really lovely. I was in my full waterproofs and my wellies, and I just felt so much better for having gone out. My energy levels were lifted, even though it's a bit of a grey day and it is still continuing to rain. It was nice, and I stopped and watched the dog as she sniffed. I took some photos of some beautiful snowdrops, which I'll come on to in a second. I splashed in some puddles. Once you get out there, it kind of, your brain builds it up to be something worse than it's going to be. Once you're out there, it's always uplifting. 99 times out of 100 you're going to have really appreciated having got out. It would do you good physically and mentally. And looping back to the snowdrops, aren't they a fantastic sign that spring is just around the corner? So the daylight hours are getting longer. The temperatures will gradually, on average, be increasing. And the more spring flowers will be joining those snowdrops over the next few weeks. I love springtime. I love the sort of seasons of transition, the spring and the autumn, when you see that change. The bird song early in the morning and in the at dusk at the moment is absolutely out of this world. It's just so glorious. So get out there, even if it looks miserable. There'll be things for you to appreciate and enjoy. And as I say, getting out, moving, being outdoors, all of those things are super beneficial for your brain and for your body. Happy running.